Time for Gold Farm 2.0. I need more TNT. Definitely. You know, Maddie, I gave you a pretty big responsibility, do you know? That pressure plate is connected to that TNT, and that TNT is connected to everything. If you step out of that area and you press the pressure plate, the whole area will blow up and all your brothers and sisters will die. And if you stay in there, then no one will die. Which one will you decide? It's up to you. And actually, I just realized this is really evil because that pressure plate is going to get activated by the glass item when I break it. Which decision are you going to make? Are you going to step on the pressure plate? It's up to you. Are you going to do it? No. It seems like you're fine there. Pretty good sacrifice, must I say, for the good of all. Are you really not gonna step on it? Come on. Step on it! Blow the whole thing up. I was thinking you would step on it right away. Okay, there we go. Finally. Uh-oh, I'm stuck in here. Run! Oh my god! What? Oh my gosh! That really worked! MaitreDesBlocs strikes once again. Hello, YouTube! This is MaitreDesBlocs, and today we're going to continue our Minecraft Let's Play for episode 52 of the Minecraft Let's Play series. At the time that I'm recording this, we are the 16th of October, 2016, and we are back here to have some more fun, to play some more Minecraft, and to do some more amazing things. Right now, I am on top of the Nether, as you probably saw in my little funky intro. I blew up the gold farm. I blew it up. It's gone completely. Let me do F5 so you can see, and also F1. Here we are at where we would go up in the past to the X79 gold farm that we have built back in 1.8. It's gone. There's no trace of it left. There's nothingness. There's absolutely nothing here. And we are going to build here the Gold Farm 2.0, a different design because, if you don't know, the 1.8 design that we used back then is now broken in the 1.9 update and future versions. I do not know what caused for it to break, but it just stopped working one day, and since then I really needed a new one because we're running out of gold. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to build a whole new gold farm, and I already know what design we're going to do. We're going to do Snocrash's donut design, where you have a ring around the player and all the pigmen walk on the side, fall down a hole, and die, all in like a constant cascade of pigmen falling down, and all of the experience gets launched up with slime blocks up to the player, sitting on a block in the middle. That's the design I want to go for this, because this is the most efficient design of Gold Farm I know of for Minecraft 4.9 and 1.10, and I think that will be pretty fun to do. Also, Halloween is coming. Halloween is right around the corner, so I was thinking we could also do some kind of Halloween special with this. So I'm thinking, what if we tried to build the gold farm in a Halloween theme? with our block choices, with our style of building, we could choose some pretty interesting colors and make it all spooky and interesting. So what I want to do now is jump back down there, go to the portal, and go to Home Island and check some block choices for the future project we're going to do. So let's go there. Woohoo! Halloween blocks. I need red sandstone. And all I needed was red sand. Fly to the Mesa, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Well, not when you have a Power 5 flame bow. I can tell you that. I'm gonna make myself a flying bow, and this one hopefully will not kill me like last time. I am invisible. This is a long travel. And I look like a porcupine. Almost there. Mesa! Yay! Finally. Let's get some red sandstone. And red sand. Finally, I clear the area. Alright, we got the red sand, and let's now go back. Wrong Mushroom Island. Guys, I think I'm lost. Yeah, I'm lost. I think we're at spawn. I think this is Spawn's Mushroom Island. Let's see if we can find the tower of the Nether portal. Yeah, we're at spawn, and there's a tower. We can just go into the Nether portal and get back to safety at Home Island. Perfect landing. Let's go. Mission accomplished. We got all the Halloween themed block now all in a row together here. I brought the red sandstone and the red sand from the Mesa. I couldn't find any red sandstone to the Mesa for some reason, so I had to make it from red sand, and I made a red sand machine over here where you can just feed it sand to convert it into red sand, designed by Izuma Void. Basically how it works is that one red sand and one regular sand are pushed into the same spot, and for some reason, I think it's a sand entity gets converted when the two occupy the same space. One becomes the other because the regular sand entity goes inside of the red sand block, and then it makes it become a red sand or something like that, and it drops the red sand down below. So what I was trying to say was, if you place some regular sand in this spot here, this comparator is going to activate the two pistons and transfer this bottom part right here, this block of sand here, to mix with that red sand, and that's going to make red sand that will drop down onto the half slab right there and become an item and be picked up by the hopper and go into that chest over there. So let's try that in action. If I do this, the block will allow the comparator to pick up the signal from the hopper that is filled up with wooden swords right here. So if I do that, you can see it shoots me an item, and it mixes the two there, and what's dropped down below? Red sand. And I can do that as long as I want with how many sand I put into the chest up there, because all of that gets dispensed to me every single time I put a piece. It dispenses the pieces to me, and that way I can just AFK and hold my right mouse button and place some sand, and it will all become red sand. And I managed to get a ton of red sandstone that way. Now let me show you in my sandstone chest. I have all of that as red sand and the red sandstone over here. And with that, I think I'm going to build the farm because I tried some designs right here. And the only thing I could find that really looks what I wanted for the Halloween theme is this thing right here. Red nether brick for the outside, and red sandstone for the middle, and for the lighting we can put jack-o'-lanterns. That's fine because pigmen can spawn at any light level, so it doesn't matter if there's a light level high in the platforms. Magma cubes, zombie pigmen will spawn anyways, no matter what, so that is not a bad idea, and that is also a solid block, so pigmen can spawn on it, so it doesn't lower the spawn rates, and it just looks cool when you can see the spawning pads illuminated, and I think that's what I'm going to do for the farm. Another idea I had that I might try out instead is to invert these, so if I do the sandstone at the outside and the red nether brick inside, that is the second idea, something like that. I think I prefer the first because this texture is a little bit too cobblestoney, too it has too much things into it to be the middle, and I think that would be better for a border, and the middle can be all smooth with this. I think that's what I'm gonna go with for the gold farm. So the next thing we have to do, we have to take a bunch of these materials and head into the nether and start building the zombie pigmen spawning pads. So I'll see you there. What? Well, all I can say is one single thing. I really hope that this is the last gold farm I have to build into my world. I already built the first, which didn't take that much time because I didn't really pre it up or just build it out of stone bricks. And then I started building this. This took me so far, I think, 4 days of work, over some afternoons of work here and there. Had some busy times, I had some times I was working on this. And the material choice, I mean, what the heck was I thinking? I built the first thing here, this roof, kind of, with red glass, first of all, because this is to prevent gas spawning onto the pigment platforms. And I chose red glass to do that instead of half slabs. And that took so much sand gathering to get all of that glass. And then I had to get sand for all of this red sandstone, because I had to get sand, change it to red sandstone, make the red sandstone into red sandstone, the smooth sandstone. And then I had to put the borders, and oh my gosh, the amount of materials that went into this so far. And this is just one of the floors. We'll have to do 2 floors of this. We'll have to do 1 floor below this one. And this is going to be a multiple episode project. I can already see that. I thought I was going to do this all into one single episode, but this took way too long already. And I kind of want to get this episode done with and published, because it has been quite a while now since I released last Let's Play episode. So it's time for us to start wrapping things up. At least I got one of the floors done, and this looks fancy. I can say, even if that took a lot of materials, it looks cool. I like it. The only complaint I would put to it is that I should have maybe made that orange glass instead of red. But I'm never going to change all of this. I'm not going to replace all of that with orange. Do not count on that. It's good as it is. It looks kind of okay. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of pigment spawning around here. I'm happy. The farm is, I would say, 25, maybe 33% done. Something like that, something in those lines. The only thing I thought I would add to the farm before leaving this area is I thought, what if we put a stripe of this material, the red nether brick, into this place, like a line right here, on every single axis. So you would have a line like over there, a line over there in the middle, a line over there in the middle, and a line over there. Kind of to divide it and break it up a little bit from just the smooth sandstone all the way around. The problem is I don't have enough red netherrack, so I have to head back down and get some more to try that out. What do you think of that? I think it's quite good. It kind of indicates the middle of every single axis, like on the north, south, west, and east axis, you can see a line indicating the middle of it. And it breaks up the floor a little bit into 4 different quadrants. It looks kind of good. I would say it doesn't really add much to the thing, but it doesn't remove from it either. I would say it was one of those things that's just like, well, it's okay. It's kind of good. And I think I'm going to keep it for now to try to see how that would work. But now, for the rest of this episode, I think we have to head back down because I have a little project idea to finish this off that I wanted to do for a while, but now it's kind of gotten it to a point where I can't ignore it anymore. So I'm going to head over there and then we'll start working on it. Here we are in my nether furnace array. This is a project that probably most of you didn't see. I built this in episode, I think it was 22 or 23. This portal, by the way, is connected to the desert. This is where it leads. It goes directly into the pyramid that leads into the desert where we collect all of our sand right here. This is where we can just go get sand and then we bring it into here and we can go through the portal if we want with it into the furnace area room. And the reason why I put it there, connected to the desert like that, is because I wanted some way to smelt a ton of glass. If I wanted to get a ton of glass, I could just put some sand into the furnaces and I could put some fuel. And I was thinking, how could we get that much fuel? Well, lava. We have a huge lava lake, and we're never ever going to run out of lava to use. So the way I was planning this was I just take 16 buckets, there are 16 furnaces in total, and I come here and I fill them up with lava, And then I put them into this minecart, which distributes buckets evenly into every single furnace. One per furnace. Just, what? Where did they go? Are you kidding me? Where did the buckets go? There's supposed to be one bucket per furnace. Oh, I guess they just got sucked up below because there weren't any lava. Yeah, there wasn't any lava into them. The furnaces will only retain their fuel if it's not, like, it will retain the buckets of lava, but not the empty buckets. Anyways, there are 16 furnaces into here, and one bucket of lava for every single furnace, and this distributes them evenly throughout. And then this chest, we feed it the items that we want to cook into here, and this is supposed to distribute them evenly into the furnaces. The problem is, this doesn't work. This stopped working for some reason that I do not understand. It was working a couple updates ago, I think back in the 1.8. But now the main problem is that this minecart doesn't give one item per furnace like it's supposed to do. My plan was that it would give 2 items per furnace, actually. One, the first time it goes by, it gives 1 item per furnace, and the second time it goes by, it gives 1 item per furnace, and that way, it would smell 2 items per furnace every single time. The problem is that this doesn't work at all. It gives like 2 items to one furnace, 3 items to one, 4 to one, 1 to the other, 2, 1, 4, 6, 8, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really make any sense for the distribution system. And I think the problem is that the minecart doesn't go above the hoppers at the same speed for every single hopper. As you can see, I have regular rails above all of these. And I think the problem is that the speed slows down gradually when it goes like here, it slows and slows and slows. And then it goes fast again, and then it goes slow again when it goes to the end there. And I think that little inconsistency with the speed makes it that this doesn't distribute the items equally, plus the fact that this back sending rail is on top of a hopper, so it will give more items to that one on top of everything else. So I think I have to play around with this and try to fix this up and get the items to distribute equally in every single of these hoppers and see how that would work. Uh-oh. We might be into a bit of a problem. We cannot make this rail go any further because this rail is into the way. This is the fuel feeding rail. We can't move that, really, or else we reshape the whole room. So for now, I'm just going to leave that as it is, but I changed the whole rail section to powered rails to see how this would work. Let's try this out. Let's give to this minecart a stack of items, because there are 16 furnaces, he should put exactly 4 items per furnace, if the whole thing works. So let's see that in action. Can I enter the minecart? Yeah, I can enter the minecart. Okay. 1 stack of stone bricks and a block to start it up. Boop. Let's go. And hopefully that should put exactly 4 items per furnace. Let's go check that out. So if we go in front here, let's see. 5, 5, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 2. I do not understand. Why did it give 1 more to these? And why did it give 1 less to that one? That is just weird. At least the middle one's got exactly 4, so that part works perfectly. I think it's just the beginning and the end that we'll have to figure out a solution to that problem. I want to make an experiment. Let's see what happens if we put exactly 16. What happened with my vision? Let's see if we can put exactly 16 items into the minecart and see how that will react. We'll have to cache it quick. Or actually, I'll just have to kill it. And, oh no! It's gone! The hoppers picked it up. And that stopped. Oh, it deposited. What? We made it work. It's amazing. I'm happy. It's perfect. We have 64 items into here. If we send it on its way, look what happens. It goes to the end, and it comes back as usual. And there will be, after this goes 4 times, 2 times actually, because it goes back and forth. So it will go 1 time, give 1 item per furnace, then second time will give 1 item per furnace, and that's 2 more times, and then that'll be 4 items per furnace, and that does work. We have 4 items into every single one of these up to the end here. R4-2, the only change I had to do that was to change the end bit. Before I had it on the hopper where it would go back, and for some reason by adding 1 extra block right here, so this is the point where it goes sent back, that fixes it. Just 1 single rail, and I had to redo the rail below to make that work by putting the rail below 1 block lower where it was before, and that still works. The minecart can come here and give all the fuel to the furnaces and go back down there, so that doesn't break anything else, and it distributes the items evenly on top of all the furnaces. The only thing I have to change to call this operational now is this bit over here, the feeding system for that minecart. First of all, the hopper doesn't even give the items to the right rail, because when it stops on this rail, it's in between this rail and that rail, so the hopper is able to give items to the minecart anyways. But that's not the point here. The point is, the system I got going on now is the minecart will stop if there are items into this hopper. So if I put, let's do stonebricks again. If I put stonebricks here, that rail will turn off, and the minecart will stop, and I'll start not even picking them up, because it doesn't stop in the middle of the rails anymore, because it goes faster now. So it'll just stay there and do nothing. But basically, the way I got going on here is that this has to be empty for the minecart to move. That is not good, because if I fill up a full chest of items to be fed to the furnaces, imagine how much time we are losing of all these items going into the minecart before the minecart even starts giving the items to the furnaces. A much better system would be a little bit of the items going to the minecart. The minecart distributes that, it comes back, picks more items up, it distributes that, comes back, picks more items up, and so on. So as it picks items up, some stuff can be cooking into the furnaces. That would be a much better system. And to do that, we would have to detect if the minecart has a certain amount of items into it, like a stack, and then it would go on its merry way and come back. I think 32 items would be the best for this type of system. Another flaw with the system we got going on right now is that if we feed a full double chest of items to the furnace array, the items will go into the hopper, into the minecart. The minecart doesn't even have a double chest worth of inventory, so it'll pick up half of that, and the other half will be stuck into the hopper and the chest. The minecart will just never be sent. That is not a good system. We have to refine this, we have to redo this part, and we have to make it so the minecart controls the system and not the hopper. And for that, I have to rearrange the wiring here, and then we'll try it out again. And it's done! This chest minecart can be sent now every time it has 32 items, and only when it has 32 items into it. It'll go on its merry way, and it'll give 2 items per furnace, and everything works perfectly fine and dandy. What was the saying I invented a couple episodes ago? Polished, furnished, and finished. Yes, this is now polished, furnished, and finished, and I'll show you it in action. But first of all, I want to explain a little bit of the redstone into this. First of all, I added an extra hopper here, so now it gives the items properly into the furnace. Not the furnace, the chest minecart. And the chest minecart is sitting on a detector rail with a comparator facing out of the detector rail, because when it's on a detector rail, comparators can actually read the inventory of a chest minecart, or any other type of minecart, really. So because of that, this comparator is able to detect that it has right now 1 wooden sword and 28 of any stackable 64 item. And I chose stone bricks for this. This is like the placeholder, because when it has that amount plus 32 other items, that's when it's going to go and be sent on its way. So how it works is that the minecart is held in place with a block right here in diagonal. It can't go through that gap because of the block, and a piston holds that block into place. If the piston was to retract, the minecart could fall down on the rail and go onto this power rail below and go back, and then go back here again. So this piston is held activated by this comparator right here, which reads the items from this chest right here. This chest has one stackable item, one non-stackable item, and 60 stackable items. When this comparator outputs a higher signal than this one, because this one is in subtraction mode, that signal is going to turn this comparator off, and this piston is going to retract, and the minecart will be able to go on its way. And that specific amount that this requires to make this comparator be have a high enough power is exactly 32 items into this. So if we put 32 items exactly, 31 doesn't work, as you can see. But if we put one more, bing, it goes. And it feeds 2 per furnace, and it comes back. It has the non-stackable item and 28 items still, and it's ready to take in 32 more items to continue doing that every single time it gets 32 items. And that way it can distribute the items into the furnace, and it works amazingly. I'm happy, and now it's time to go end this episode. And there we go, the end of episode 52 of our Minecraft Let's Play. Isn't it a little bit interesting to see how fast time goes by? I still remember the time I was doing my first episode like if it was yesterday. Seriously. And look how much has changed since then. Look how much we built into the world. Look how much we accomplished together. And I'm saying we, again, even though I did all of this into this world, because this Let's Play, this world, all of this wouldn't be if it wasn't for you guys, the people who are watching, the people who are commenting, the people who are leaving likes. You guys, those people. If it wasn't for you, you wouldn't even see this world. This world, you wouldn't even know it exists. The reason why it's on YouTube is because of you. The watchers, people that see me do all of this, and the people that support me and that follow my adventures through the Minecraft world. So, all of this world is both of our work. We did it together. All of the journey. I built the stuff, you watched me build the stuff. We did that together, and I'm happy about that. And now I think it's time for me to sit back and sleep a bit and enjoy Halloween myself, because this episode is finally complete. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did, and I really hope it's provided you some enjoyment for today. Well, it sure did for me. Recording this is always fun, and yeah, you better have liked it. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, and MaitreDesBlocs